He's not going to listen to me because I am not doing X, Y, and Z. Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee Bresky. For those of you who do not know me, I am a lifestyle and business design coach and total transformation trainer. That means that I combine biblical and spiritual principles with subconscious reprogramming tools to help people achieve a total transformation in any area of life that they choose. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is spiritual growth essentials, how to connect to the creator of the universe, and specifically what stops people from doing just that. Because here's the thing, I could give you all the things to do to connect to him. I could give you all of the strategies, all of the tactics, but if we don't overcome this one barrier to connecting, it's never going to happen for you. And it's actually something the individual has to do. It is not something that God has to do. This is on you, it's not on God. So we're going to first cover the barrier, and then we're going to cover what to do, how to connect, how to know that there is actually a creator listening to you and wanting to help you and willing to help you and ready to help you, that desires to help you. We're going to cover all of that in this video. So stay tuned. The barrier that blocks people from actually connecting to the creator of the universe, it looks a little something like this. I know for me personally, whenever I would be in a tough situation, whenever something would be going wrong in my life, I would always think, because, I'd just gone out the weekend before. I was doing things that, when you grow up, if you grew up in church or in any kind of like religious environment, then you know that there are to-dos and not to-dos. There are to-dos and not to-dos. And I was doing at the time a lot of not to-dos. Like, you don't do this and you don't do that. You don't go out on the weekends. You don't go to a club. You don't drink. You don't hang out with people who do those things. And I was doing a lot of that stuff. So in turn, whenever I would have a difficult situation come up or happen in my life, I felt like because I was doing all of those not to-dos, I didn't have the ability to connect to the creator. So when I hit a tough time, I wouldn't pray about it. I wouldn't try to connect to the creator of the universe and and ask for help, because he's not going to listen to me because I am not doing X, Y, and Z. And that was my belief system. And so with that, whenever I would hit a rough situation or a hard time, what I would do is I would pick up my phone and I'd call my mom.
Mom, I'm about to call these people about my light bill to see why it's so high. What I'm supposed to say when they pick up?
And I'd be like, Mom, things are getting weird. Things are getting hard. Things are getting stressful. Can you pray for me? Because I know you've got Jesus on the main line. And of course, my mom's my mom. She prayed for me regardless anyway. But I would always ask her, because I was like, I know that she's been praying every day for like the last 20 years. So God listens to her. And that was my belief system. He wasn't going to listen to me because I was not doing all the do's. And I was doing a lot more of the not to do's. And so for a long time, that kept me from even trying. Not to mention the fact that I felt like previously in life when I had prayed, nothing had happened, right? So the first thing that I want to cover is this, that if I give you strategies and tactics to connect to the creator and you still have this underlying barrier that I'm about to tell you, then you won't do any of the strategies and tactics. So I'm essentially leading you to a locked door. And here is the locked door for a lot of people. It is the belief that they are too bad, the belief that they are too far gone, too lost, too in the not to-dos for God to listen to them. But to believe that is to completely ignore the fact that God sent his son. And so when God looks at us, he doesn't even see us and all of our not to-dos and all of our lostness. He sees his son that he sent to die for us. He didn't send his son to die for us so that he could still stare at all of the things that we do wrong. So that is what he sees. So here's my point. God is always available to us, no matter how far gone and no matter how bad and no matter how broken and all the not to-dos that we're doing currently or did last night or the weekend before or 2 months ago. God's still available for you. And that is the power of Jesus. One of the many powers, but that is the power of him coming. And so my point to you today is that it's not about you. There is nothing that you can do to make God want to listen to you. Jesus already did everything. So you might as well talk to him. You might as well use the gift that is right in front of you. Because what I want to submit to you is this idea, and this is how I view it, and it's a little weird, but like imagine a bathtub and you have the water turned all the way on. Okay? All the way on. The only way the water is going to stop is if you turn the water off. And a lot of us have turned the water, that is access to the creator of the universe, off. And we've done it by saying things to ourselves like, he's not going to listen because I'm too bad. I'm too broken. I'm too this. I'm too that. I messed up last night. I messed up last week. I can't pray because X, Y, and Z. And when I say pray, let me say specifically what I mean. I mean talking to the creator of the universe, because he's listening, because he told us we should, because he said, ask and ye shall receive, because he said, you have not because you ask not. So I would like to invite you. You don't have to take my word for it that the creator is listening to you. I just want to invite you to do a couple of these things and see for yourself. because my mind was blown when I did this. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it gives me chills to think about the fact that the creator of the universe is listening to me and will answer me. Okay? So with that being said, you have to just live in and breathe in and accept the fact that Jesus paid it all, that you'll never be more loved than you are right now. So you might as well connect to the creator, because it's in that connection that you even have the ability to do all the do's that you should be doing. You don't even have the ability, the capacity to do all of the things you should be doing without him. And so it's funny because we resist the very thing that is the answer to all of these things that we search for in other places. So with that being said, I invite you to try this. Just try it on. Just see if it works. Try it for a week and see what happens. I guarantee you, your mind will be blown. You'll be like, oh my gosh. So I'm going to tell you specifically how to have an oh my gosh moment. He's listening. The creator of the universe is listening to me. Okay? So here's what you got to do. It's simple. It's so simple. It's so simple because I realized it on my own. And so that's how I know it's simple. So thing one, okay? You have to pray specifically. When you talk to God, and you want to know if someone's listening, you have to talk to them about something specifically, not generally. You don't just, meander through it. Think about something specifically. If you have a specific problem or something you're looking for clarity on or direction on, ask about that specifically. And here's some really simple prayers. Help in this area, that area. Another simple prayer is open my eyes. Help me see things differently. Just open. Like, I know that I'm seeing this area of my life in a weird way. Please open my eyes to see something differently in some way. Thank you is a prayer. Being grateful. Just gratitude opens up the door for more, okay? So these are simple prayers, but pray specifically about something. Ask a specific question. Ask for a specific direction. And here's the second part to that. After you've prayed specifically for something, if you want to hear from the creator and know it, the next thing that you have to do is pay attention. So you don't just pray and then go about your day forgetting all about what you asked for. You look for answers. It's not like you're actively searching, but you're just aware. You're aware of what you asked for. So then when the answer comes, you're like, whoa, he just did, and it did just happen. I guarantee you it will happen for you. So pray specifically and pay attention. And then when it happens, just allow those feelings to run through you. Feel the gratitude of that moment, the awe of the moment when you realize that God doesn't just speak to the pastor or to so-and-so or such and such at church who's been praying for the last 20 years and doing everything perfectly. He'll talk to you and he'll listen to you and he'll answer you because he cares about you too. And there's nothing that you can do to make him care about you more. Here's what doing the do's does for you. It makes your life better. It doesn't add anything to God. It doesn't take away or add to his love for you when you do things wrong or right. All it does is make your life better. Okay? Like, I have a daughter. When she does things right, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I love you so much more because you did so much more right. And when she does something wrong, I'm not like, I love you less because you did something wrong. Her doing right things or wrong things makes her life better. Does that make sense? So I hope that this served. Pray, pay attention, and then feel gratitude when things start going your way. You're going to be mind blown. You're going to be shocked. You're going to be like, I didn't know that the creator of the universe was listening to me, and it's going to be amazing. And here's the thing. As long as you keep doing it, it will keep happening. I thought that it was a one-off. I used to think that I was the world's unluckiest person. And then I started praying. I started paying attention. I started having all these things to be grateful for, and so I was grateful for them. And I started to look forward to what I called it's happening moments. Moments where I would have a random question about like, okay, what does this even mean? And then randomly I'm listening to a podcast and an answer pops up. This is the last thing that I will tell you. God is still speaking. And he doesn't just speak through the pastor. He speaks through his word. He speaks through people. He speaks through podcasts. He can speak to you anywhere. So don't limit where God can speak to you. He is everywhere. He's in all things and through all things. And he can use anything he wants to reach you. So pray and pay attention and be aware that he can speak to you through anything. He is not confined to anything. And so when it comes to him speaking, just know he can use whatever he wants. He used the donkey. Okay? So that is what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that it serves. And here's what I'm going to do. In the Mental Fitness Strategies for Faith-Raised Entrepreneurs Facebook group, I'm going to do a follow-up Q&A, answer any questions. I'd love for you guys to share your stories of how this impacted. So if you're not in that group, go ahead and join. There will be a link for that. And I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope for the best for you all. Pray and pay attention. Just try it. Don't take my word for it that it worked for me. Try it and see if it works for you. That's all I got for today, guys. Peace out.